Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been on here. Everything going on, the election and coronavirus and ammo shortage and you know what I mean. So we just ain't really, I've had some things going on around the house and I hadn't had time to be making YouTube videos. But anyway, I got to thinking. Let me explain. One thing led to another in my mind. First off, Ruger Firearms has bought Marlin. That's a big thing. That will keep a company from failing that otherwise was on death row. Freedom's Firearm Group, they did Marlin no service whatsoever. So now that Ruger has acquired them, I expect the quality to go up. Now, I also expect price to go up, and that's fine. I'd rather pay a little bit more for a much better firearm. So, that being said, that got me to thinking, Ruger. Y'all know I'm a Ruger fan. I mean, there ain't no... I've got other type of, other manufacturer weapons, and I've got several Rugers. From handguns to shotguns to rifles to just whatever. So I started thinking, Ruger, all right? And then it dawned on me, back in the day before we could afford an AR-15 or an SKS or a AK, most of us old country boys, we had an assault weapon. Anybody want to take a guess what it is? Leave your guesses in the comments down here, but I'm going to spoil it for you. We had an assault rifle. It was a very high capacity magazine. Anybody know what that is? That ought to give it away. That is a Ruger 1022. And I know what you're thinking. A 22 for an assault rifle? Well, yes. If in a last ditch effort, a 22 will save your life. It'll feed you. It's fairly quiet. Ammo, if you can, if you've got it, you get it in 500 round boxes for $20. There's something to be said for that alone, even if half of them misfire, which if you buy quality ammo, half of them aren't going to misfire. Okay? When you buy a 1022, it comes with a standard 10 round rotary magazine. Bullets go in like this. We've talked about rotary magazines before. They also sell a 30 round rotary magazine for that 1022. So you take the projectile from a 22 bullet and compare it to a 223, it's the same projectile. It's a 22 caliber projectile. In fact, most 22 rounds, common rounds, you can get them from, 30 grains to 55, 50 grains, 40 grains, whatever, upwards of 40, 50 grains. Standard 223 round is 55 grains. It's the same diameter, and it's not a whole lot heavier. It's just under a lot more pressure. It's got a lot more energy and, a lot more powder behind it, right? Okay, so, but this is better than a pellet gun, and it's a hell of a lot better than a slingshot. And it's a hell of a lot better than a stick. So, $229 at some places, some a little higher, for the Ruger 1022. It comes drilled and tapped. Of course, I took the screws out. It come with the bases. I took the screws out to take the scope off of it that I had on it. So I've lost the damn screws. But anyway, oops, I'm gonna get me a tripod one day. But it's just a thought. I mean, if you can get off 30 rounds of 22 good quality ammo like CCI, Stingers, or something of that sort, you have no problem defending yourself. Especially if you've got a couple or three 30 round mags. It's a little banana magazine, comes in. It looks pretty cool. You can buy aftermarket stocks. You can buy any sights you want. You can buy magazines. You can buy a drum for this rifle. You can buy a 500 round drum if I ain't badly mistaken. You can get collapsible stocks. You can get everything for this gun to make it look like an AR-15, should that be what you want to do. I'm fine with this right here. Does this resemble anything to anybody? Does anybody know what this looks like? Sort of. Let's say from here back. Looks like a Ruger Mini 14, doesn't it? Yeah. Same idea. It really is, except for one's a 223 and one's 22. This same rifle Ruger made, and I gotta find one. I had one and I sold it. They make the same rifle in 9mm. They make it in, I know they make it 9mm, but I believe they make it, I know they make it in 44 Magnum. Maybe some other offerings, but in the same gun, same as this right here. So don't feel like if your new president, should that come about, if he comes around taking your, wanting to take your AR-15s, I don't think they're going to stop there. But if they do, there's options, okay? And even if you just want a super cool snake gun, get your 30 round magazine for this rifle. Throw your red dot on that thing. Some kind of reflex sight or something if you're into that. Scope. I got several 22s, so I wanted this one because it's small, and I wanted it with the iron sights. Accurate little rifle. Now again, just like with anything else, especially firearms, the 1022s of today are not of the same quality that they were 20 years ago. They're not, but they're still extra fine rifles. I'm not saying that the mechanical aspects or the functionality is any lower. It's not. They function just as good. It's got a few little things that that they did to save on money, like the wood. The one Ruger I had before 1022 was tiger striped. It had like a marbleized wood grain pattern in that thing. Beautiful gun, high gloss. I would, compared to this, it would have been what we would call a deluxe model. But super nice, super accurate rifle right out of the box. It will accommodate a 30 round magazine, which Ruger makes. Several people make them by a Ruger brand. Okay, support the people that make their guns in this country. Support Ruger. I mean, if they step up for something like saving Marlin, when Marlin was one of their chief competitors, and they could just very easily let it go down the tubes. Nobody would care. After the way that Freedom's Firearms has done Marlin, and in the quality of weapons they've been turning out, nobody would care. We've got our original Marlins. We're going to keep them. Okay, but Ruger has saved that brand when they didn't have to. They build American. They employ American workers. It's $7-8 more to buy one off eBay from China, or spend another $5, $6, $7, $8 and buy the Ruger version. And it's built heavier, dutier, and it's just better quality magazine. Go out and pick you up a 30 round magazine for your 1022. If you don't have a 1022, find you one. I promise you, to get you out of a pinch. Makes a great snake gun, great all-around 22 rifle, and can be used for home defense or self-defense or zombie slayer or Democrat shooter, whatever you want to call it. So, just thought I'd throw that out there. Real fast, I'll give you this. The rifle, semi-automatic. It has a safety on the trigger guard, which is common. On bigger rifles, I like a tank safety, but they're not always available. Super smooth. It's made in Newport, New Hampshire. Super smooth action. You just can't beat it. I mean, magazine goes in and locks up solid. It comes with a 10 round flush magazine. Just pops right in. Little lever you push up to release it. Pull it right out. You can get those mags at Walmart for $10. You can get them at Academy for $10, $12. Ruger, if you buy a new Ruger, they'll probably send you one. And here's why. From back in the old days, some of our most famous rifles were, people give up on them because they would jam. Okay, Remington 742. Okay, let's use that for an example. I've had several, and I've had most all of them jammed. And here's why. I didn't know at the time. It's the magazine. That rifle right there would jam when I first bought it. I bought a different magazine, run like a sewing machine. Most of the time, when a semi-automatic rifle fails to feed or eject or something along those lines to do with loading or unloading, if it fails to feed, it's a magazine. Every time it's the magazine. Fails to eject, it's a dirty chamber. Clean your guns. We give up on the 742, and Remington even replaced it with a 7400 and so on. Other rifles use the same magazine. The 7600, 760, they all use the same magazine as the 742 and the 7400. Okay, all of them would jam. But the only one that got the bad rep for jamming was the automatic version, the 742. Okay. But it was because of the magazine. If an automatic rifle jams, it's the magazine. Every time, unless you've had a catastrophic failure in the gun. So that can happen to a Ruger too. So if you buy one and it doesn't run flawlessly after you've cleaned it and oiled it, tell Ruger and they'll send you a new mag. Problem solved. Problem solved. Take this, throw it in the trash, whatever. Don't give up on people that hadn't give up on us. And Ruger is still doing business in this country. They're still employing Americans. They're making American goods at affordable prices that'll last a lifetime. So Ruger 1022, get you one. Thank you.